back. Good morning. You're just now joining us. I'm the gentleman driver. Today, we're going to do a little bit of weekend racing. You tuned in last night. We had quite the unsuccessful Friday Night Lights driving the CLK GTR. But that's alright. We're going to get back out there today and see what we can muster up. We're going to go over to the east coast of the island over here and check out what kind of racing we got this morning. So, to get out there, let's pick something fun to drive. We're with Mercedes this week. All this week we've been doing our segment called Daily Drivers, which is a evaluation of what are the best daily drivers. We're going to go manufacturer by manufacturer. So today we're going to be probably doing at least one, if not two different races. So I think we're going to, if we end up getting into two, we're going to race both of our AMG cars. So to get to the race and the festival this morning, I think out of everything we've driven so far this week, I think other than the GTR, we'll save this for our Sunday drive. So we're going to bring that AMG Hammer Coupe back out. We're going to take it over to the race site and go ahead and get started. If you're just now joining us, this is Weekend Racing with the Gentleman Driver. We are headed down to the East Coast to go do some endurance racing this morning. Purest form of racing, in my opinion. Typically like to do the long races on the weekends just to get some good seat time and have some fun. So follow along. Join us every weekend on Saturday morning. We're gonna stop in here real quick and get changed and then head out to the race festival. Something a little bit more comfortable on the warmer coast. All right, let's see. I think we'll do a doubleheader today, so that means we'll start. I don't know what we're gonna do actually. Probably start with Goliath first, and then we'll see if we're feeling a second race after that. All right, let's go and get ready for the race. All right, I think we're gonna start out in. I don't know actually. Let's make a decision. All right, so we can either start out the gate with the AMG 1. I think, however, we're going to start today in the GTR, do the marathon, or excuse me, do Goliath, and then we'll see if we're feeling a second race after that and see where that takes us. So let's start out in the GTR. Got 901 horsepower, 763 foot-pounds of torque, weighing in at 2876 with a near 50-50 weight distribution, 49% in the front. So we got a little bit more weight in the back. Hopefully that'll help keep us planted, and we got a 4.5 liter engine in this car. I will just go ahead and, instead of doing a build breakdown, we likely just threw the race part book at this car, and it's got it pretty well dialed if I remember correctly. So we're going to give this a shot and see if we can not do a little bit better than Friday Night Lights last night. So typically on a race weekend, Friday Night Lights will be marathon over here at the street course. And then Saturday we'll do either both Goliath and Colossus or one of each or like one or the other. And we'll rotate through the race teams every week. Right now we have 6 race teams. Mercedes is the smallest one out of the group. But we're starting off with them. This is, again, preseason testing. After we go through all of the different race teams, as far as prep is concerned, then we'll get started with the regular season. We'll be posting lap times every week, course times, etc. And we'll just kind of work our way through improvements. So right now, I believe we are, difficulty-wise, running at above average when the season starts. We're going to be notching it up to highly skilled to try and challenge ourselves. So it's going to be a big step up. Obviously, last night was a poor showing, even in the above average category. So we may not be ready for highly skilled. So we're going to give it our best shot. Let's go ahead and get started. Oh, great start. Okay, so we got to be very, very careful in second gear. Third gear seems a little better. Feeling this car before we get started. Let's get in the right viewpoint before we get started. I like to start with Goliath because it's a full lap around the island, which means it'll bring me right back here when we're done instead of dumping us out in the desert, which is typically where we'll end the day if we do 2 races, is out in the desert. If not, we'll go back up to the main house. All right, let's go ahead and get started. Hoping for a podium finish this morning to get us off on the right foot this weekend. If not, we'll give it at least 3 tries. This is a longer race. It's about 14 minutes or so. We may only have time for 2 runs at it if we are doing so hot. We're going to give it our best effort, though. If you're just now joining us, this is Weekend Racing with the Gentleman Driver. We do this every Saturday, doing different race circuits, different manufacturers each week. And for once we get through the race teams, maybe we'll do some R&D on some new race cars and build some new race teams. Got plenty of budget so far, I think, this year. Alright, let's see what we got on the starting grid today. Ferrari GTC 4L, Vantage, another GT or AMG GT. Got a Ferrari, AMG 1. couple other Ferraris, a Monza, very nice. Good lineup this morning, good lineup. All right, let's see if we can keep this car. I don't want to mess with this right now. Let's see if we can keep this car on the road. I deserve all of that. Alright, let's get some traction. Okay, noted. This car is way too overpowered. Tune this thing down. Alright, we're not too far behind. We got plenty of time to catch up. Gap a little bit. Maintain traction. Gotta be very careful with throttle actuating. Modulation in this car. And of course, as soon as that comes out of my mouth. Maybe we should establish some practice sessions in our cars before we race them. This blind racing is a little difficult. I haven't driven this car in probably a year. Pardon my language. We have no hope. We have some hope. We have no hope. Start running the drive together. Let's go, let's go. If we place anything higher than last, it'll be a miracle. We're only halfway through though. We've got some time. Let's go. Get down this hill. Just had to reset comms. Looks like we're making up ground, actually. That's crazy. Don't ruin it. You gotta be kidding me, dude. That's so frustrating. didn't like that. Come on, keep it together. We're almost there. No. Oh, heavens. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh, that's... Dude, come on. Oh, wow. All that for nothing. All that for nothing. Oh my gosh. What a tragedy. I guess this is why we have preseason testing. This car sucks. Oh, you can't be anywhere below third gear ever. No traction whatsoever. And lots of driver error. That's super frustrating. We're going to run it back. That means we're only going to have one race today. But that's what practice is for. God, dude. All right. Can't help myself. Was it worth it? Oh, we missed a checkpoint. Let's see, can we... Nope, I gotta go back two. Too far gone. Absolutely ridiculous. No reason for that. Daddy's home, first place, baby. Let's put on this thing. Let's put some caps on him through the canyon. Sure. Trying not to rewind on a race unless I miss a checkpoint. But honestly, in practice, I rewind it a lot. So just gotta make fewer mistakes, that's all. That's all. We're rocking and rolling now. Just gotta be careful for the rest of the course. Gonna bring home this dub. took a little bit of warming up to this car. A lot more respect on what gear to be in. How to apply the throttle. This car turbo kicks in so violently. It's not prepared for it. Maybe we'll consider downgrading turbos, which is a crazy thing to say, but we're searching after drivability here. On the home stretch. Much better result. 13:18 on the clock, shaved off probably almost a minute. Amazing what you can do with some better racing. All right, S2 class 927 in the books. We can go ahead and continue on. See what we win today. Nice. Doorbell. Cool 85 grand for the win. head back to the race site. I think that's going to be it for this session. We're going to stay on the East Coast. Maybe later today we'll log back into the Colossus. If not, maybe we'll include that as part of our Sunday drive. Well, you know what? We've got a few extra minutes. I think the Colossus is also like 15 minutes. Let's do a car swap. And we'll end ourselves in the desert. And we can pick up Sunday cruise from the West Coast tomorrow morning. Tomorrow afternoon, rather. Give them some victory donuts. I think we're up for one more race. Let's go ahead and switch to the AMG 1. And then we'll race out to the desert. This car's insane. Absolutely insane. We'll do a quick walk around. Oh, we didn't do one to the GTR. That's okay. See, I don't know if we can get the clamshell or the hatch off of this one. No, I don't think so. Sick gull-wing doors. Love that they brought those back. Not really gull, more like, I guess it was considered gull-wing. The interior on this thing is just crazy. Crazy, crazy. I would say very similar as far as Spartan aesthetic as the CLK GTR, to be quite honest. Just a lot more technology. A lot more technology. Alright, let's go for a drive. Do the Colossus. This is kind of like a Pan-America type race. In fact, we'll introduce all the races that we typically do around here. I've, for the most part, beaten all the other regular races in the game, so the goal of this series is just to go through the big ones. I like endurance racing and kind of cross-compare our different race teams, and over the race season we'll look at track times and split times and stuff. See which one's the king of them all. Listen to those jet engine turbines. This thing looks crazy. Alright, let's take this for a spin and see how she does on track. I haven't driven this car in a minute as well. We did some late season testing with this car last year, but car not even recommended. Wild. And it is an X-Class car. A little bit difficult to handle. quite the lineup. All right, let's get into it. All right, let's play nice, guys. We're just getting... And here we are, finding ourselves once again at the back of the pack. Once we get out of town, I think we'll be in a little bit better spot. This car handles a lot differently. Uh-oh. A little sloppy there through town. roads look any familiar to anybody? There's a reason I do my daily drive this way. Oh! 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 Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Get some grip, come on. Alright, 42% of the way in 9th place. Let's see what kind of a finish we can achieve here today. I think we might have it. Still got a lot of ground to make up, and someone in 10th place does really not want me to be there. Oh, we're in 8th place now. Oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no. Oh no. Will we recover from this? Will we recover from this? What a travesty. Come on, keep it together. Modulate that throttle. Feel the corners. Got number 11. Oh, just gave up 10th. Oh, just gave up 10th. Let me get it back. Someone rewinding? Picked up a place. 8th place. Let's see how far we can climb. Got nothing to lose. We started in 12th. Grab till the wheels fall off. Come on, come on. Let's go. Let's go. Anticipate. Anticipate. The thing with this car is it lives on the bleeding edge. It doesn't give way for so long and then it just completely gives out. By that point, it's too late. Alright, let's go. We are on the home stretch. We are 72% of the way in. 8th place. We've got to make up some ground through the desert. We've got to. This is going to be not a podium finish. There's still a chance. Back. All right, take a deep breath. Here we go. Now we're in my territory, baby. Testing territory. Down to the last few corners, guys. Can we get on the podium? Can we keep this car together? Let's find out. We're almost there. Come on, come on. Go, go, go. Oh! What a terrible finish. Oh, that's not what we want to see. Under 15 minutes is good. Jeez, man. 5th place. Ugh, tough to watch. Tough to watch. Well, anyone who's still here, thanks for tuning in and keeping up with this. This has been Saturday Weekend Racing. Ugh. Maybe next week. Maybe next week. This is just still preseason testing. We're just getting our cars dialed in. Oh, silver chunky watch. Legendary. I'm not happy with that result. But we'll just carry that into next week and use it in Friday Night Lights. Coming up next Friday at 6:30 p.m. Eastern. Be sure to tune in tomorrow afternoon for the Sunday Drive and every day for daily drivers, 10:30 a.m. Eastern and 6 o'clock p.m. Eastern. Got regular programming here at the Gentleman Driver. We aim to keep you guys engaged as we progress through their daily driver sessions and throughout the race season. We'll be doing a weekly walkthrough of daily drivers that are affiliated with the race teams up until the race season start. And then after that, we will focus on keeping track times, team stats, and see who's the best of them all. We're going to take the race car back to the festival site. Actually, we didn't win a podium, so we're not even going to go to the festival site. We are going to skip that, head straight to the race shop, drop this off, head out to do some other things this weekend. This is Race Village. This is where we keep all of our prized race cars. And then this is where we do testing as well. We've got the Porsche Experience that'll be coming later in the spring and summer. And the Ferrari Exclusive Club Racing as well. So we're going to get changed. We're going to swap cars and then we're going to head over to the West Coast Beach House. We're going to spend the rest of the weekend just chilling until tomorrow, Sunday cruise. I think it's scheduled for 2 o'clock p.m. Eastern. Do a little bit of walkthroughs with some of the vehicles. We'll pick a cruising vehicle for the weekend, and it'll be more of a relaxed, non-racing environment. So we are going to go ahead and get out of this race suit, change cars, and head back up to the beach house. Well, that was a little stressful, if you ask me. Let's do something fun. Be glad to get out of Mercedes this week, to be honest. Some cool cars, but not great racing as far as I'm concerned. I gotta tune in those cars a little bit. Also work on my practice with them as well. Alright, that's going to be the end of the stream for today. We're going to go ahead and mark Buena Vistas as our home spot. We may come back out and do some more testing out here in the desert later on today, but I think that's going to wrap up. Be sure to tune in tomorrow for the Sunday cruise, 2 p.m. Eastern. We're going to pick out a nice cruiser and do a lap around the island and have some fun. Thank you all for joining, and have a great and blessed rest of your day.